Coach, talk a little bit about this team. You'd mentioned to me before we started the interview, you've been together with this group, at least a core of this group for the last few years. Kind of talk a little bit about how special they are to you right now.
So this group of girls specifically, I've gotten to coach since they were 8th graders and the junior class, and they are really developing, coming a long way from then to now, and even just from last year to this year. We were really young, had a very young varsity program last year, so I'm really excited. We've already made gigantic improvements from last year, so I'm really excited to see where we head the rest of the year.
How exciting is that to watch the growth and watch them not only as young women but also the athletes to grow throughout the years?
Oh, it's really cool. Kelsey Troutwine, which is my middle hitter, when she walked in 7th grade, she'd never even touched a ball before. So seeing the improvement from there on, and all of them really, just from being 8th graders to now, it's amazing. There's some kids that I never would have imagined are, to get to where they are now. I'm just blown away by them.
You have to put in a lot of time, though, as a head coach, and they as players, though, to get to this point.
Oh, yeah. They're hard workers. These girls don't bat an eye if I say we're gonna go for 3 hours today or we're gonna go do this. They're like, okay, let's do it. They're hard workers. They want to get better, and that makes my job a whole lot easier.
So is their work ethic maybe the one thing that really stands out among this group?
Yeah, I think so. Their work ethic and just overall respect for each other and for the game and wanting to work hard and get better. And you don't get that all the time. You don't always get that with athletes, and this group has that.
Talk a little bit about then from last year to this year, because everybody talks about improvement year by year, so they must have come a long way in 1 year.
Yeah, they've definitely come a long way. We were just looking at stats from Southport last year to Southport this year, and we cut all of our errors in half from last year and almost doubled all the good stuff from last year. So it's, not only are we making fewer errors, but we're capitalizing on our abilities now.
Now, couldn't really help eavesdrop a little bit in your conversation with Coach Padgett a little bit ago about the Southport tournament. Couple of injuries here and there, and who knows what would have happened there if you don't have those injuries, right?
Yeah, we actually, the first match of the day, one of our middle hitters kind of tweaked her ankle, went down, and so we were running a lineup we'd never even done before, and we turned around and won that game with a lineup we've never even practiced. And so we actually worked with that the rest of the day. So we were kind of all day on a weird lineup we'd never done, and we still came out pretty well with it.
Well, you mentioned, too, from last year to this year, from a finish standpoint, you guys finished a lot higher.
Yeah. Last year we got last in the tournament, which was 6th. And this year we ended up in 4th. And a lot of these schools are a lot bigger than we are. So, that's good for us to be able to even make that kind of an improvement from this year to last year to this year.
I mentioned how going to a place like Southport and that competition really gives you a pretty good idea where you guys stand.
Yeah, it does, because you can say, oh, well, if we're hanging with these teams, just imagine what's going to happen when we get in back into our conference and back into the other schools that we normally would play. And, so it's exciting.
Well, we're going to talk about the conference here in a moment. If you wouldn't mind, though, kind of preview some of the tournaments you have coming up and some of the matches you have coming up that will get you ready for tournament play and for the conference.
So we have Eastern Hancock tomorrow. We'll play them tomorrow. We've got a Cowan tournament this weekend, which we're excited for. We got third in that one last year, so we're kind of hoping to maybe come out with a win on that one this year. And then we've got a Rushville tournament up in Rushville, and then another tournament in Connorsville in the next few weeks. So we've got a tournament every Saturday for the next 3 weeks, I think, and some other games sprinkled in there that I haven't even looked at yet.
You almost have to take it match by match, don't you?
We play so many that you kind of just have to say, okay, what's next? So we've been looking at Eastern Hancock and then kind of looking to the tournament on Saturday. We're excited for.
That brings up an interesting point, is that you want to practice as much as you can, but when you have so many matches and you're trying to get them in such a short amount of time, does it hinder your practice ability a little bit?
It does, because like today, we spent the first part of practice just, okay, let's talk about what happened this weekend. What did we do well? What do we need to work on today? And then actually having today to practice, so we have a game tomorrow. So it's like you don't have as much time as you'd like. And once season really gets going and we have 2 games a week and plus the tournaments, then it really starts to cut out some of our practice time. But it works out.
It is what it is, right?
Yep. Everybody's playing the same way, so.
You play in a conference can be very, very difficult. Talk a little bit about the TEC, and can you forecast a little bit where you guys might fit in that entire picture this year?
Yeah, last year in the TEC we ended up in 3rd, which I was not disappointed with, considering I was coming in as a brand new coach last year with a group of girls I've not really worked with that much in a while. So this year I'm excited. We're looking to be more towards the top this year, and definitely more competitive with the Hagerstowns and the Lincolns. Those were the only two that we fell to last year in TEC play. So we're kind of hoping to redeem ourselves on that one this year.
Now, do you get them at home, or do you got to go on the road in those?
Both of them we are on the road this year. We had them at home last year, so we'll be on the road this year for those.
Listen, I know you're excited about a brand new season and everything, and just talk a little bit about your expectations when it's all said and done, because you want to be ready by tournament time.
Yeah, so we sat down and we've got a list of goals for the year of where we want to be and what we want to do throughout. We want to win at least one tournament between now and tournament season, and then we want, we've got the list of TEC teams where we're trying to beat, and really just improving on last year. That's kind of our goal. Let's just beat teams that we lost to last year. Let's try to win at least at one tournament this year, because we didn't win any last year. So we're kind of just trying to take baby steps at getting to where we want to be.